Fat Cat Radio 247. You're live in the mix. I'm your host, Twism White Peace. Today we have got some amazing, just amazement for you. And with no other words to say for it, this man is a motivator, a brother in Christ. He is an empire actor as well as an upcoming actor in so many other things. Boy, I tell you what, that beard is something outrageous, man. My man Charles. He goes by the name Charles D. Clark. Of course, you can find him on any social media under the name Charles D. Clark, as well as Google searching him under the name Charles D. Clark. My man, how are you today, bro?
I am blessed and highly favored, man. I'm glad to be doing your phenomenal show, man. How you doing?
Well, man, I tell you what, your praise for me is somewhat, embarrassing on some aspects. But I tell you what, man, I am blessed to be filled with your energy. That's for sure.
Likewise, brother. Likewise. Thank you for having me on your such a phenomenal platform.
Man, no worries, no worries. All right, so let's go ahead and basically do the starting rounds, man. Who are you? Where are you from? What's a little bit of the background. Let's not get into the background story yet. Let's just do the real quick, 30-second bio type thing.
Oh man, well, so I know I'm Charles D. Clark. I'm originally from Carolina, but I'm in Virginia right now. And when I'm on the road traveling, I'm best known for Empire, Bad Boy role as one of Shine Top Forces on Fox and one his show Empire. I also did a lot of lead detective roles and interrogation roles on TV One for my man, for my woman, ID Channel, Deadly Women, Perfect Suspect, Evil Stepmothers. I got a couple of movies that I'm in, 53206 Milwaukee, and I got like four of them coming out next year. I'm currently shooting Volkov by phenomenal director and producer George Dibble, my brother, starring Wes Lee, who's another brother of mine, who's a great actor. And now I'm here, man, your show, ready to get it on.
Well, I tell you what, where you try to keep up with your resume, it's something sort of just confusing. So,
I know, right?
all right, so we've got the TV, we've got the movies, we've got the connections and so on and so forth. That's all proper, like man. Now, you as an individual, man, you live in the states, obviously, man. North part, south part, east, west.
Yeah, well, we're more of the northern part of Virginia. It's still considered the South, so to speak, but it's the upper South. So,
All right,
yeah, it's considered Northern Virginia. Yeah, but I'm originally
okay.
from the Deep South.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Well, shouts out to all of my Arkansas people, man. I absolutely loved when I lived in Arkansas. So I don't know how south you were, but that would be my stomping grounds in the south. So,
Oh wow.
huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I said that's amazing because one of my great brothers, he's a celebrity life coach, Dr. Terrell Jenkins, and he have a life coaching school down there called the TAP Life Coaching School. Real big, man, doing great things, changing people's lives. So he's from Arkansas,
Blessings,
Jonesboro, man. Yeah.
blessings. Yeah. Well, you know what? And I'm sorry I missed that while I was down there, man. I was down there in them little small towns, so it was kind of a different atmosphere. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we've
Yeah.
got Virginia. You got a family.
Yeah, I have a beautiful daughter who's now 8 years old, Sinead Charlize Clark. The love of my life, that's my everything, of course. I mean, what father wouldn't be proud to have a child or children? But I only got one. My mother, Charlotte Vivian Jennings, who I love so much, and I have a sister as well, Vivian Lashonda Henderson, who I love very much, and a lot of other family members. But that's my immediate, like my
Yeah,
main camp,
yeah,
my
yeah.
mom, my sister, and my daughter. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay, so you've got good foundation in the family. You've got sounds like you've got obviously the right kind of parenting values if you value your child like that. So we got to give you big ups to that, man. Now we brought you on here today to talk about a couple of things that would be most pressing, I guess, to the world of not only entertainment but to all of our listeners here at FCR 247. Man, first of those being is your walk, man. How did you get to where you're being at? And, you know, ultimately, who do you give most credit to for it?
Well, I can tell you from the beginning, God gets the most credit. He came up with
Amen.
everything.
Amen.
Then I start from when I lost my father. Then on the back end, I used the handful of people that I really consider as big instruments to my life. But yeah, my father died when I was 6 years old, and which that's really the reason why I'm influenced so good to be that perfect father, so to speak, to my daughter because I know how it is to be without a parent, one of your
Amen.
parents. Because of that, my father died. It put me in a situation to where I was envy. I had hate inside of me. I just wanted my father, or a father figure to validate that missing void in my life. Um, so I got into, the streets, gang banging, drug dealing. I've seen and been involved in some very horrific things. I've seen it all. Um,
Yep.
and it's by God's grace, man, by God's grace, that I'm not in the graveyard and we're going to prison for almost 8 years.
Yes,
And
man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and I
it
felt
is,
God
bro.
towards it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and if you look at it, the option prison or the graveyard. Well, prison. It took most of my 20s, but I had a second chance at life, and
I had to do
I
it.
discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I discovered acting from my grandmother. Uh, Mostly, when I do speaking engagements, I say my grandmother gave me my first audition. And what I mean by that is that my grandmother never visited me the whole entire of my bid. She couldn't see me behind bars. Um, it
Man.
hurt a little bit because I loved her. I mean, that was my grandma. She's like my second mama.
Yeah.
But she made her final trip to see me when I was about to be 5 months out of for being released. And when she came and saw me with my aunt and my uncle, um, but when she came to the visiting room, we had like a 2.5 hour visit. My aunt rushed over to me. She says, "Listen, your grandma is dying." I say, "What do you mean she's dying?" She says, "Yeah, your grandma's dying. Let's look at me. Look at me. Stay focused." She says that your grandma thinks that she's on a military base, and she thinks that you're your dad. 'Cause my dad was in the military, special forces, and she said that she has two brain tumors, dementia, some other health issues.
Mm.
So if you try to show her that you anybody who or anybody outside who you think she is, it's going to put pressure on her. It's going to hurt
Yeah.
her in health wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to sit there for 2.5 hours, control my emotions, not cry, not break down,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
answer my grandmother as my father, who I already lost, and look into the eyes of the woman who I haven't seen my whole bid, and watch her die in front of my face.
Man.
And everybody in the visitor room, from the CEO to the visitors, they said they broke down. They was crying. They said, if you can do that, you can become a great actor,
Yeah.
because what you just did was just way out. And so when she's about to leave, she told the CEO, she says, when is my son coming home? He didn't serve this country. And the CEO, because he was attentive to the conversation, he was touched. He played along. He said, yes, your son has served his country, and he'll be home very soon, under 5 months. I gave her a hug. She died a month later.
Man.
Um, so acting wasn't a thing to where I said, I want to be rich. I want to be on Hollywood. I want to be on the red carpet. I
Yeah.
want to be popular and famous. It came through a time of pain, and it was therapeutic for me at the time to use my pain and empower other characters, other roles, kind of get away from Charles D. Clark
Yeah.
and learn
Yeah.
other situations. And that's how I went for it, man. For my grandmother, for my dad, for all the people out there who are going through things, that same type of pain or a different pain. So, yeah, that's my push. And
Boy, and I'll tell you what, that shoot. Well, allow
yeah,
a few of us to catch up, bro, because you just dished out a lot, you know. So, all right, well let's recap. Okay, so from what I grabbed out of that is that you started out basically losing your father, and then
yep,
wound up getting involved into a bunch of negative behaviors in order to gain the attention that you needed from the lack of parenting and so on,
yep,
which then ended up putting you into situations in which you hurt other more, people that you cared about. So, you know, my thing to you is, for those of us out here who basically have a lot of this same shared experiences, where did you along that line suddenly say, I mean, because it's a personal choice inside, there's a lot of people who can act in the face of pain or act in the face of whatever the situation may be. But inside, it had to be a choice for you that you ultimately wanted to become the better person, right?
Yeah. Well, I had already made up my mind that I was changed, but the point is how long, how
Yeah,
consistent can I be for the streets
yeah,
call me back, or if I meet, I've been away from society nearly 8 years,
yeah, yeah,
um, in a cage, not no county jail, not no little boys and girls club. I've been to my
yeah,
federal penitentiary.
yeah.
Um, when my daughter was born, my accountability really set in when my daughter was born.
Right.
When I looked at my daughter, and she almost died at birth. Thank God that he blessed her life to be here. She had a rare case of trichomalacia. She was born with a flap in her throat. So
Good,
sometimes she would choke if she laid
good.
on the wrong side. It's a baby, yeah. So,
God is good, though,
um,
man.
yeah, yeah, beautiful, yeah. But when I look at my daughter, I see my grandmother, I see my dad, I see myself. They are she a part of that family line. So when I saw that, I was really like, you know what? Now I have to be consistent and change. I have to, be prepared and fight against the enemy and not be torn down. And would God have given me a second chance of redemption? So yeah, my daughter, man, she was the frosting on the cake.
Yeah, all right. So that's okay. So now we've gained into, now you're progressing forward. You're getting reasons why you want to change, and now we lead into you're starting this change. You've made this change. Now, what is the significant turning point at which your change actually started to take effect?
I think when I went to college online for psychology.
Okay, okay,
They always say in the entertainment business, as an actor or be a professional ball player or whatever, have something to fall back on. So I went for psychology, made the dean's list 3 times. Um, I
nice.
got a
Congratulations.
decent job. Yeah, and I got a decent job as a behavior specialist, suicide counselor. So I did that for a while, but I knew acting was what I wanted to do. So uh, I got into doing start background extra work for TV One ID channel, and because of God, I got upgraded and started doing lead roles as a detective and interrogator.
Nice,
And
nice.
then I seen Empire when they first came out. I was like, man, Taraji and Terrence Howard, that's like my ultimate two people that I just love,
Man, I've been
absolutely
rocking
love.
with them since Hustle and Flow, bro.
Oh my God, man! I mean, come on, Hustle and Flow, Animal.
Yeah.
I mean, we go on and on. And so uh, fast forward, it was coming to Shine, played by Exhibit, hip hop legend,
Nice.
great actor.
To
He
the man
came
right
in.
there.
Yeah, shout out to Exhibit, man. Love him too, man. He's been an inspiration in my
Bro, I
life.
grew up on him as
Um,
well, bro.
that's right. One of the best albums, Man versus the Machine.
You feel me?
Um,
Bro, we were rocking
yeah,
that every day. Yo,
yeah. He's oh my
yo,
God,
that
man.
drinking
He's
song,
wonderful,
man, that
man.
was like my anthem back then, man.
Yeah, yeah. So to see him, so when I see him came in a season 2, I was like, man,
Get out
look
of
at
here.
that right there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
man.
what I did was beginning of season 3, I went as an extra like 8 times, 7 times as an extra. The first time I was a drug dealer in the scene where
Okay.
Lucius taking the boys back to Philly, to recap
Gotcha.
on where he was from. They never showed that.
Yeah.
So I was about to give up on acting. I was like, man, I done drove 13 hours to Chicago
Yeah.
for this, but God kept pushing me.
Sacrifice. Sacrifices,
So
bro.
then, so then Empire was like, well, since you didn't get seen, we'll use you as a background as an Empire employee.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And then my fellow colleagues like Charles, they do get bumped up. So I went there
Yeah.
7 times as an Empire employee, never got seen. I was ready to say, you know what, I'm going back to my 9 to 5 or my 9 to 9 if no I
Yeah.
work overtime all the times. And
Yeah.
then God
Especially
said,
now.
yeah. And God said 8, number 8.
It's that lucky one.
I said, completion. I said, oh, I went to the 8th time. Now, to take all of this big moment and explain in a summary. They called me on the wrong set. I was supposed to have been on the set 2 days later. But because I was already up there, it was on the set where Exhibit, Andre, played by my boy Trey Byers, much love to him, and what you call it? Oh, I don't forgot her name already.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll have to edit
Oh
that part.
man, but
We'll
yeah,
have to edit
but
the
I was, but she it was a bunch of people from Empire, co-stars, guests, and everything else.
Yeah.
They was celebrating Stone. Sarah McLean.
Okay.
That's who she
Gotcha.
is. Sarah McLean.
I'll
Yeah.
make sure
Oh,
to
she's
add that part in
beautiful,
the edited
beautiful
part.
actress, singer. Oh my God, that's talent. She came from Tyler Perry's camp. Um,
Gotcha.
so she was there, and I was looking like, wow. I said, for some reason, I feel like I belong here. And then the guy was like, well, Charles, they called you the wrong set, but since you're here and you came a long way, you can stay on set, you go out there in the crowd, somewhere in the front, and we can still use you. And I said, okay, bet. I was happy to see Exhibit. Exhibit came
Yeah.
by, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What up,
Yeah,
though?
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I'm like, this is Exhibit. Yeah, so they called me on the stage. They called me on the stage, one of the ADs. He says, come here real quick. He says, stand right here on this mark. So I stood there, and then, he was talking with Exhibit. He says, today you can play a goon. I said, what? Yeah, you play one of the Exhibit goons. Now, it wasn't official. I was official goon. It was just for that day because one of the
Yeah.
guys they had, I don't know what happened, but they didn't want him, a part no more, so they put him off the stage. And
Okay.
this was on Exhibit's birthday on a nearly 18-hour shoot
Oh,
on
wee.
set.
Oh, wee.
Yeah. But I'm sitting here talking with Exhibit like I'm talking to somebody I talk to every day. You
Bro.
know,
Bro.
Sierra, she was very humble.
Dosing
Breezy.
on a trillion right now.
Uh,
Stop. Stop.
oh man, it was like I was in heaven. I was like, I'm sitting here, talking to Trey
Man.
Byers. Yeah, man. I mean, this is Empire, bro. So
Man.
I left it. I left it early that morning because it was an 18-hour shoot. I left that morning. I'm going home. Driving 13 hours, and I felt like that something was about to happen big.
Yeah.
I was happy. I was
Yeah.
just pushed. I
Turned
was
up.
just
Yeah, man.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. And a week later, I got an email, and from the casting of Empire, they said that you are now director's pick, featured reoccurring main goon for Exhibit slash
Bro.
Shine.
There's that blessing, right?
And that
There it
blessing
is. There it
for the
is.
entire duration of his character on the show, I'm
Yeah.
part of that.
Nice.
And within that 2 seasons on Empire, season 3 and season 4, 11 episodes, nothing but blessings came from that. That was my launching pad. That was
There
my
it is.
launching
See?
pad.
See?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah, man. And so learning from Taraji, learning from Terrence, learning from Taronda and Gabby and all of them. Learning from everybody. Andre
Greats,
Rio and
man. That's greats
yeah,
right there. Legends,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Rocco Mar. I mean, that's everybody. The whole cast, the whole entire cast, especially Jesse and Yaz.
Yeah.
Even though Yaz is younger than me, I mean, still to watch him go into his character, and it was his first time doing this kind of type of acting. So I just been blessed, man. I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
All right. All right. So let's recap real quick, man. You started out playing as just a front scene character in a crowd, it sounds like, then got called up on stage to play some kind of role for a guy who was no longer going to be a part of it, which ended up getting you a reoccurring role on Empire. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, right.
Okay, so you've got it now. You're locked in on Empire now. We are progressing further and further along. Now, I want to stop at this conjuncture and say, at this moment in your life, man, have you realized yet that the 1,001 attempts that you tried on that rock finally broke that rock? Or are you still kind of, man, I gotta grind it out, I gotta work, I gotta try, I gotta, where is your mindset at this moment in Empire?
I think when it was the second time that I came on Empire as a goon. The second time, it was a scene where it was Nia Long, Andre was in the strip club, had a meeting with the Russian or German people, When I came in on that day, Empire called me and told me they would come in about 2 hours earlier than my call time.
Good.
And I was like, okay, okay, no problem. Until I was fired or nothing, so I went in there. The reason because is when they called me into the wardrobe, Empire Wardrobe, they had a rack space up there where exhibits was at, along with other, three goons with my name on the tag. I
Huh.
said, wait a minute, what? They said, yeah, well, you official now. They said, we want you to bring out your debut, you know, with a fashion statement. You get money there. Exhibits crews getting a lot of money. They not no thugs like in the
Yeah.
streets. They getting big money.
Yeah.
So they went and bought me a $300 leather jacket. They spent another like $300 in this outfit, and then they had me jazzed up, man. I mean, so that's why
Yeah.
they called me 2 hours in early.
Hey,
And I was like, wow, I got
see,
my own wardrobe space in the Empire Wardrobe with exhibit and other three goons. I was like,
yeah.
okay. So once we got on set, we had to go to our spot. So while they were setting everything up, exhibit came back there. He says, welcome to the crew. You family. That's when it hit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when it hit me.
Okay. Ton of bricks right there.
Yeah, this is exhibit. I mean,
Yeah, man.
whoo. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
hey, I'll tell you what, some of us out here, boy, we hope for moments just like that, bro. So keep that, hold that, man. Don't ever let that go, bro. Cause wow, wow, bro.
Oh man, best one in the world, bro. I thank God so much, man. I was like, yeah, acting is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah,
Amen.
yeah.
Amen. Okay. So now you've got the acting, you're in Empire, you're a part of that now. Now we've got some upcoming things, man. I've seen a lot of promotional stuff about this movie as well as some other seems to be bits of interviews and stuff. So it looks like you've got a hectic December and January. You want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, so the movie that I'm preparing for now and getting the character for is called Volkov, which is Russian for wolf.
Okay.
I can't get into the detail about the movie, of course, but I'll make sure I
Obviously.
let you know you get the exclusive. But I can tell you this: one of my most talented roles in a great way. Shout out to director, producer, George Dibbles. He's like just phenomenal. My brother,
There it is.
Wesley, who stars in it, and also on the production side as well. This movie is based on type of a biker outlaw gothic type movie. Bunch of action, suspense thriller. My character's named Brutus.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, but he's ruthless, very ruthless. That's
Hey,
why
I
I'm
was
going to
gonna
beard
say that
out.
beard is ruthless. Beard is ruthless.
Yeah, yeah. I've never had a beard this thick, man, but it's part of the character. So we shooting. I start shooting my scenes on January the 5th. And some other dates that's been added. So shout
Yeah.
out to my Volkov family, everybody, cast and crew, everybody.
Big ups.
I have now all of my I call my Charles D. Clark radio interview tour.
Yeah, I
This
see
is
that.
number four. Number four. I got what 7 more to go. I had 11
Nice.
altogether.
Nice.
Um, yeah.
Congratulations, brother.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. And I just finished shooting two movies. One is Harriet.
Okay.
This was a Harriet Tubman movie. I had a featured in that, and I was featured also in Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith movie, Charm City. I'm gonna
Okay.
so all that's coming out next year with
Oh.
along with Danny McBride. Shout out to Danny, his new HBO show with him, John Gibbon, Adam Devine, Greg Allen Williams, Righteous Gemstones on HBO. We start back shooting that at the beginning of the next year. So yeah. But I tell you this though, most importantly in this interview, and I remember you saying people that I want to give credit to or want to acknowledge. And I have a
Yeah.
whole list of people. It would take too long on your phenomenal show, but I would name some of the key people.
Okay.
Um, the first one I want to name is my mentor, my big brother, celebrity bodyguard, phenomenal actor, influencer, Stuntman Dave. Stuntman Dave, love you, brother. Thank you for being an influence to me.
Big
This
ups.
brother
Big
has
ups.
a powerful testimony, and he's just been very instrumental in my life consistently. A man of his status, a man of his accomplishments. He's so down to earth and humble, so shout out to him. Also, to Empire assistant director Steve. Much love to you, Steve.
Big ups, big
when
ups.
he recognized my work and my grind,
Yep.
and he always made sure that I was at my best in the best situations at Empire on set. Um,
Good, good.
he has an amazing skin product called him and his wife called Ariel Skincare. Check it out. I always promote on my Instagram page. Another person, Miss Angela, who just got married, his Yah's mother. She has a book, a best-selling book called Before Empire. She was a single parent raising,
Okay.
Yah's, and yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
yeah.
great influence as well.
Good,
And
good.
the lastly, two more people I would name Stacy Wilson, Rising Angel. Stacy is a singer, actor, he has his own film company. He has this organization he started called Rising Angels, where we use film, radio, TV media,
Yeah.
also to empower those who are less fortunate, who lack of
Awesome.
hope. We just came back. I just came back from up his way, to do some things with this new reality TV show that's coming out next month. And Devon and Megan Good Franklin.
Okay.
Uh, Devon has always been another one of my mentors that have always been impacting my life along with Megan Good.
Big
And
ups, big
last but not
ups.
least, I know I said two, Ice
Don't worry
T.
about it.
Ice
I
T.
got some questions for you on that. See, I didn't know how long of an exact interview you was willing to be down for, but there's a whole list of questions I got to decide about some of these things in your life that I peep and watch from the outside, bro. Especially this iced tea thing. That's one of those, bro.
Well, yeah, yeah. So, well, I cut out my whole schedule for you, brother. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, I know following you and look what you're doing. Your radio show and what you represent, bro, is phenomenal. Yes, Charles D. Clark
Blessings.
said so. It's stamped by me.
Blessings.
Um, Ice T. First of all, shout out to Ice T. Love you, Bob Art. Now
Nothing
I've
but
never
love,
met
man.
Ice T. Yeah, nothing but love. I never met Ice T before in my life, but spiritually and growing up with him, he impacted my life. Because he's from the streets and look at the stuff that
Yeah.
he's doing now, and
Yeah.
he's no nonsense.
Yeah.
Um, no nonsense. And his daily game wisdom and his
Man, I
FLTD,
love it, bro. I love it.
oh
I love
man,
it.
he's phenomenal, and I always and people know I make it
Yeah.
known that Uncle Ice, that's what I call him,
Yeah.
and that he's definitely been a big part of my life as well. And when I remember when he followed me, I was like, what? Ice T followed me, you
See,
know,
now
and
listen, gotta be honest with you, brother. Like I've followed him for a while, right? So, I took a chance one day and interacted. Yo, I've never had a celebrity before actually acknowledge that I existed, right? He acknowledged that I existed by retweeting and responding back to what I was saying. Yo, I was like, I got so much love and loyalty for this dude right now. You have no idea because that guy, he's so real and ground based, and he's not. Yo, man, it is what it is, man. With him, I really like following him, and I like seeing people like you support him because this is the kind of man that we all grew up, and he changed a lot of the world for us, but nobody gives us credit for it. And like you just are a testament to, you said he's such a big impact in my life, man. So big ups to him. I really
yeah.
appreciate the fact that he acknowledged me, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I gave him a shout out and dedicated my testimony to him, and even my award, he
Yeah,
retweeted, and when he talked, we talked. I mean, he just so
yep,
down to earth, but he's about his business. I mean, that's Ice
yeah,
T. He's
man.
a legend. He's an icon.
Yep.
When you I say him, Exhibit, Chuck D, those
All of
those
them.
you know what I mean.
I grew up
Uh,
with that,
D,
bro. That's who taught me, right? You know what I mean?
yeah. Don't forget DJ Pooh.
Oh
We
man.
know him from Friday and
Yeah, man.
all other stuff that he's done. He's part of the culture. DJ Pooh is definitely been one of my inspirations. He's all part of the circle. You know,
Yeah.
but I tell you this, Terrence Howard and Taraji, that's what really motivated me. As far other than Uncle Ice, in the in depth of acting.
Yeah.
Terrence have a powerful testimony as well. And
Yes.
Taraji do too. She have a very powerful testimony. But those
Yes.
two is the reason why I said, you know what? I'm really going to crack this acting mold. Um, so to Terrence and Taraji, I love the both of you. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for
Amen.
pushing me. Thank you for just just unconditionally, inspiring me, showing me about the grind, not just in acting, but life in general. And like
Yep.
I said, Stuntman Dave, man, that's my guy.
I got to give a
Yeah,
double up.
Stuntman Dave. Thank you. Yeah, double love. You have no idea,
Yeah,
double love. That's my big brother, mentor. So yeah, man, and even you inspire me. I mean, when
man.
people,
You know
we have
what?
to
I
understand.
mean, I
We
appreciate your enthusiasm and stuff, bro. But
no,
all right,
it's truth. It's truth. Let
how
me say
did
this
you
right
feel
here.
when somebody said that to you when you was still in your like I'm trying hard stage? Did that inspire you?
Well, of course, I don't think you have to be in a certain status to inspire somebody. Um,
Yeah.
I think this you being you. You have to understand something. Radio is a major vehicle for people, brands, whether it's inspiration, whether it's just a financial gain or whatever the case may be. But when you give somebody a voice that has no voice, or somebody who has a voice, and you extend that voice, that's very honorable with great integrity. That's with great grace. So when you do that, you know, look, I'm not a celebrity. People say, "Oh, Charles, you do celebrity, you the newest face in
Bro, you're
Hollywood."
my
God,
celebrity.
God is a celebrity. God is the most famous. I'm making him
Man,
famous. And people
amen.
say you're so humble, Charles. You don't take no credit for nothing. I can't take the credit because if I take the credit, I mess it up. So I have to
Yep,
take
you got to give
give
all
God the
glory to
credit.
God. Yep, you
God
have to give
first.
all glory to God. Amen.
Yeah, yeah. And
Now
thus
that kind of
far,
leads me. See, that leads me into some other questions that I've got for you, bro. Like especially some of the
yeah.
ones about the work that you do, the motivation factor about you. See, you're sit here and you're so inspirational. Your story is so powerful. But it's one thing to be, I've got 5 kids. They all had prematurity, holes in their hearts. My son, all of these things. So we can relate. So how do you take that inspiration and push it so that people like me get to absorb it? I mean, you didn't just stand out on a corner one day and say, this is my story, and a million people suddenly was like, oh my God. How did you, where did you start taking that motivation and pushing it for others to absorb?
Well, social media. I was just trying
Yeah.
to get into social media and learn it. It's very powerful, as we know.
Yes, it
My
is.
big break as becoming a known speaker and a social justice advocate. The Baltimore riot when it happened, that
Okay.
overflowed, that overshadowed the L.A. I mean, Baltimore riot was terrible.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I was called down there just speak to some of the youth and the older people, and my family's like, it's dangerous down there right now. It's crazy. I
Yep.
said, but this is where I have to go. I have to go where the problem is.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
went down there, and it was part of the influence and the impact with Pastor Jamal Bryant and
Yep.
other people from City Hall with the mayor, and even the bringing peace to it after the fact. And I started getting all these radio interviews, man. People seen the pictures, they seen the video, they seen the news, and that's what really got me in this platform. I don't want to say entertainment because they're entertaining about a city in a riot, but it
Yep.
got me in a pool of people who was in the entertainment industry who was inspired by that. Then I used my testimony
Gotcha.
because it was the kids that was doing the riot. It wasn't. I mean, then the adults came after, but the youth, some old
Yeah.
teenagers, burning their city down because they said that they are tired of living in poverty. They're tired of the lack of opportunities. They're tired of the violence. They want to be heard. Nobody gave them a platform, so they responded in that way. I'm not saying it's right, but when you ignore something, it tends to take it in its own hands. And ultimately, there was a couple of deaths that was involved during that riot. Business loss,
Yep.
people got hurt. I'm fortunate that I was protected by the Almighty. Um, but yeah, and when I realized that then AT&T recognized me, I said, "Wow!" I said, "AT&T recognized you. I mean, this is getting kind of big here." And then I started doing volunteer speaking engagements. Didn't get paid. Some of them would give me something, a little stipend, and I take half of that and give it back to a church like the homeless people or
Man,
cancer or
that's good stuff.
yeah. And it just kept going. And I started doing Facebook lives and uploading videos, and it just grew from there, man. I just was consistent with it, and there was
Yeah,
so many
bro.
people who was ready to kill themselves, who
That's crazy.
messaged me and says, Charles, because of you, I put the gun down. Because of you, I didn't overdose on no pills. Because of you, and
Yeah, man.
I said to myself, it's because of God that used me. I can't take no credit, and I got what 7 awards now as a speaker and
Man.
influencer.
Well,
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you something. I'll tell you personally. Now, like I said, I share some of the same experiences that you described in this interview and stuff. And you know, on sometimes, man, maybe I still got to come to peace with some of the things that I've done in my life. But to be able to take the story and to change somebody else's life, I think ultimately for people like me and you, that is the only thing we care about anymore. I don't think it matters to us about the fame, the money. It's about knowing that we were able to save a life, change a life, make better a life. Because I have this philosophy that prayer doesn't change. Prayer doesn't change a life. Prayer changes the man, and then the man changes his life. But all of that is with God's help. And so,
yeah,
bro, you have no idea. People like me, man, we we look at you and we say, you know what? All right, I can take a deep breath. I've got hope again. I've got inspiration again, you know. So do not ever, bro, don't ever stop that motivation stuff. I mean, blessings to your acting career and everything. I mean, God bless you, and I really do pray for you on acting and everything. But if all I ever got to absorb from you again was the motivation and the inspiration, then I know that I could actually, gain some of that. You know what I mean? I know that that's going to leave an impact in my life. So,
well, you know what? It's funny you said that. My mom said the same thing. I honestly think the reason why God has blessed my acting career is because you have no idea how many A-listers, how many directors and people behind the scenes that I actually talk to and pray with and
yeah,
motivate. Um, so yeah,
team strong,
uh,
man.
yeah. I give you an example. The co-showrunner for Power, Gary Leonard,
Yeah,
one of the most respected men in Hollywood. I always follow his stuff. He blessed me so much, and I told him that how much he inspired me, and he
yeah,
said I inspired him too. Let's go together. And I said, wait a minute, I inspire you. You Gary Leonard.
yeah,
Shout
exactly,
out to
right?
him.
That's
Yeah, yeah. And I think you're familiar with the movie Widows with Viola Davis and
yeah,
all of them. Uh, uh, the young lady with the blonde hair, Cynthia Erivo, she's won a Grammy, a Tony, and an Emmy. That's my little sis. She's
congratulations,
another person that
congratulations.
impacted. Yeah, she's another person that impacted my life and inspired me. She's also playing Harriet Tubman, the movie that I'm in.
Oh,
She's yeah. So shout out to Cynthia. But yeah, man. That's why God put me in this acting field, not just to be an actor, but to bring God back to Hollywood. Because there's so
amen.
many demons in Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen some things, man. I'm like, wow, this is where it goes down. This is what people. I says, man. So I keep
yeah,
myself away from that. I don't do the clubbing. I don't do the after parties.
yep,
I go to set, do my
yep,
job. I go to my
yep,
auditions. I come home to my daughter, to my family, and just do stuff in the community. Like I say, go speak, um, go to the homeless shelters and bless as much as I can people in there. I got that's what I'm about to do today. Here on after, through the holidays.
yeah,
And wherever I'm at, if I'm traveling, say, if I'm, in I don't know, Atlanta, if I'm in North Carolina, my home state, if I'm there, I will literally put myself in a position to find out the homeless shelters there, and I might go get like a bunch of food or something,
that's
or some
incredible,
clothes
bro.
thrown in the weather,
That
some
is
good
just
prices,
incredible.
and
That's
just drop it off
incredible.
to them. Yeah, and I don't tell them, well, I'm Charles D. Clark, I'm the actor. No, I simply go in, hello, ma'am, God bless you, get it, pass these out to whoever may be blessed
Yeah,
by it. Well, what's
yeah,
your name? I'm Brother Charles, and I walk out. So
yeah,
I don't do it for the attention.
yeah.
Um, it's all God. Yep.
Good job. Good job. All right. So before we wrap this thing up, because I know, like you said, you're a busy man today. You got a bunch of stuff to get going to get doing. Uh, there's, this upcoming movie that you've got going on, and you've got these other ones that you're coming out with, do you want to? Is there any, what is it, inspirational statement that you want to give up and coming actors? Now we're speaking just to actors. Any key tips, any things that you think you've learned along the way that you think would be relevant to their careers?
Yeah. If you're acting just for fame, money, to be popular, you're not going to survive. If you're in it for the craft, if you're in it because that's the calling, you want to explore other characters and to inspire people using that platform, you will survive. Number two, no did not mean no. No means an awaited opportunity. If you turn both the letters around, it means on, not off. So when
Man,
you leave an audition, and if you do not get it, do not leave a what I call a stink face. Leave
yeah,
a sweet face. In other words, say thank you for your time. God bless you. I'm grateful. Walk out.
best
Don't
face
talk too
forward.
much. Simply
Yeah,
show your yeah. And learn from the people on the other side of the camera. When I'm there, ask the question sometimes or be helpful. When I'm on set, when it's time for us to go, I'll ask the director, the AD, or even the production assistant. You need help moving something? Let me help you clean up. I do that. Build that relationship. Shout out to Carlito Rodriguez, who also is one of the producers and directors on Empire, who's a big inspiration as well.
that's up.
And Rakan Green, who's an actor on Empire. He played the head engineer for Lucius and Taraji and the Lions.
That's up.
Those are the people that I learned from and talk to and build with. Last
Yeah.
but not least, well, I say two things. Social media. As an actor, you have to have a social media brand. People are watching you. People are watching. You have no idea. Stop putting the foolishness on social media. Stop
There
putting
it
the negative stuff on
is.
social media.
Man.
No agent, no talent director or casting director would not want to deal with anybody that comes with drama. Okay? Follow directions. Make your brand clear with purity. If you're an actor, they need to know that you're an actor, a professional actor. Whether you're an extra, you're still a professional.
Yes.
And last but not least, give God the glory. I can't stress it enough. I see so many people on social media. Look what I done. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm about. Look at you, and look how long you're gonna last. Not too long. So if you look at all my posts, every post I've gotten, I've done. Literally every post.
Yep, you do. Yep, you do.
I give God the glory.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So,
That's
yep.
why you're getting blessed, because he sees it and he's just rewarding you, brother. Just know that you are watched. Like you said, you are watched. All
Yeah, a
right,
lot of,
so
yep.
that's for the actors now. People. People in life, man. People that, have the similar backgrounds that we have. Maybe they were, in the gangs, or they've watched some of the things happen that we just should never have seen. Like, what is your lead for them? What is your, you know, this can get better statement?
Never lose faith. Stay focused on your grind. Always keep your mind clear. So that way God can feed it in the thoughts that you need to move forward on your next level in your purpose.
That's
Never
proper.
let anybody validate what you can and cannot do because you already been validated. That's why you're still living. And if you need any other validation, look in the mirror, not on social media. Look in the mirror.
Hey,
Everything there. You're your own enemy. You're your own adversary. You're your own success. God already validated when you came into this world. Every day that you wake up in the morning, that's another day to become a better person. I'll be the first to say, I am a God loving, God fearing. I love God. I know I'm saved. I have my moments where I curse. I'll be ready to break somebody in
they'll
half,
make
and that's why people respect me on social media because I don't put on this front like I'm
yep,
Charles D. Clark, an actor and a motivational speaker. And I'm perfect. No, I go through more because I'm doing God's work. I get attacked
exactly.
more.
Get tested more. Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, so we grow together. Don't be afraid to be human. We're born in sin, we die in sin. Just stay into God, and the blessings will stay into you.
Yes. I love it, bro. This interview has been incredible. Thank you. I love it. I love it,
Thank
man.
you.
No, brother. Yeah, you have no idea, man. Some of us in
And
life,
follow my brother right here. Follow my brother right
you
here.
wild, bro.
His
You're so wild.
radio. Follow him on social media. You will
You're
see
so
me.
wild.
Look. Outside this interview, I am going to definitely support him 100%.
You
A lot of my
crazy.
journey from
You
here on, a lot
crazy.
of my journey from here on out, he will be a part of that. And what I'm doing.
You're
Also,
so
shout out to
wild.
Michael B. Jordan, my other inspiration, Michael B. Jordan. Much love
Oh
to you.
yes.
Much love
Yes.
to everybody who is just doing what they love. No hate, no envy, no jealousy. Shout out to my sis, Sherry McCain, who's doing big things in the industry as a award-winning director, producer, writer, actor. The whole DMV area, that's what Roger's from too.
Nice.
Everybody. But hey, man, life is too short, man.
You
You know,
feel
even when I go
YOLO.
through situations, life is too short, man. I do want to say this one thing though. Rest in peace to my good friend and my close friend, who I consider a little sister, Tony Howard. She's been battling
Yes.
cancer for a long time. She
Yes.
went home with God the other day. I'm still
Prayers to
dealing
the
with that, but
family.
yeah, she told me, she was the first person that told me outside of my family that I would get an Emmy and an Oscar. And she was jokingly saying, "You better call my name out in your speech. Tony,
Yes.
I know you'd have looking down. I promise you, my friend and my sister, you will be in my speech. You will."
Man. You dig? You dig? You dig?
Yep.
Bro, you have no idea how much we're alike, brother. You have no idea. Some of those stories, man, some of these things you say, it's like you're gonna reach so many more people because there's a ton of people out there in the world that are just like you, bro. And that's what makes you, because you say like you're real, and that's what the world needs today is more realness, more people willing to shout out as many people as you did, more people willing to give God the glory, more willing to just try to improve the world. I get
Yep.
so mad. I shake my hand at God sometimes, like, you know what? Why won't you just let me go change the world? You know what I mean? And well, I tell you what, you're a good inspiration, brother. Good inspiration. So we've got
You are
everything
too.
wrapped up. Huh?
You
What's
are
that?
too, man. You are too. I said you're
Ah,
a good person as well, man. You can't.
you're
I
wild.
told you. Let me really say this to you. I think everybody need to hear this. And I'm gonna use you because as a reflective inspiration piece. Um, when you start to deteriorate what you really represent, it has no effectiveness on the people that actually need to hear what you do.
Right.
You're doing great things, bro. You're doing great things. You have 5 kids had holes in their heart and they're still here.
Yeah,
That
man.
speaks for something. There's
Yeah,
something
man.
that you're doing. Whatever else you've been through in your life, you survived it. That speaks for something. So uh, never discredit yourself. Now, of course, again, you got to be humble and you give God the glory.
Yep.
But understand
Exactly.
that you're not just here to be this this radio extraordinaire or whatever. You are here for a bigger purpose. This is just your platform. But
One
believe
day
me,
he's
you're
gonna
touching
let
people's
me
lives.
entertain, bro. One day he's gonna let me entertain, bro, and I'm gonna stand right there. You together, me and you are just gonna give him so much praise. I'm telling you, you have
Hey man,
brother.
that one day could be tomorrow. You never know. You
Ah,
never know, man. You never know. You got to look. The minute you doubt yourself, your faith is gone.
nope.
You can't
Faith is
say,
all I got,
"Well,
brother.
I don't know." To remove the maybe, buts, or what else. Take out the vocabulary. Speak into the universe. Speak into the kingdom. Oh, it's going to happen. When God is ready, I'm ready, and watch
Amen.
what happens.
I love it. I
The
absolutely,
Bible says it's
I
power in the
wish you
tongue,
could see
brother.
my
So,
smile right now, bro. I
hey,
love it. I love it.
Colgate smile.
You feel me? You feel me? Exactly. Extra bright white too,
Yeah.
just to get
There
that
you.
twinkle at the end. All right, brother. Is
Yep.
there anything else you need? You want to say? Anything else you want to pass along? Social media links. I mean, we covered that in the beginning. You might want to refresh. I don't know.
Yeah. Just Google my name, Charles D. Clark. On Facebook, it's Charles D. Clark. Follow me or send me a friend request. On Instagram, it's Charles D. Clark, 1980. And remember, there's no E on the end of Clark. Okay, CLARK.
Yeah.
So Charles D. Clark. You got to put the D in the middle. There's 1,000 Charles Clarks out there. So Charles D. Clark is the only name that's registered. It was SAG. It was the stuff that I'm doing. And on Twitter, it's C Clark Inspired, the number 7, CCLARK INSPIRE, the number 7. And I mean, let's win together. Let's win together, man. I don't know what
There it
too much more
is.
to say. Shout out to my
Peace and
Empire
light.
family. Shout out to my Volkov family. Shout out to everybody out there, even my little small haters. I got so many people support me. I don't even know who they are.
You got some
But
of
if you're
those?
out there, I love you too. Once you get your mind right, get your spirit right, let's work
And then
together.
come on in, right? Come on in,
Come on
man.
in. Yep.
All right, big bro. Blessings, blessings. Now, this is going to be played back tonight at 8 p.m., man. So if you're not too busy, man, stop in, shout out, and let us know.
Hey man, I'm with you.
All right, brother. Until next time, man, you got my number. Text me anytime.
Likewise. God bless.
Blessings, brother.
Bye.